Well, there's a buzz on the Spokane racing circuit about a driver who's so good the team has been accused of cheating. So the car went through inspection, passed it, then won every race that same night. But as Ben Kaplan tells us, the family power, not the horsepower, that has this young driver on the cusp of stardom.
It's a Wednesday night in late August at State Line Speedway.
Not messing around today, we got fun.
And there's fewer cars than usual. But the 38 is ready to race because its driver is chasing a points title, even though that driver won't have her license for another few years.
For my 8th birthday, my dad brought home a go-kart instead of a horse because I always wanted a horse. So I said, here's a horsepower engine, and I've started racing since then.
13-year-old Nicole Behar comes from a racing family. Dad Mike and Mom Sherry met on the go-kart track. Then there's Grandpa Duncan.
There's a story. When we were younger and I was younger, Mike was Behar's kid. And then when Mike got to be running good and was a champion, I'm Behar's dad. Now Nicole's doing good, I'm Behar's grandpa, and I'm proud of it.
To say Nicole is doing good is modest. In her first season moving from go-karts to the 4-cylinders,
it's probably like driving a car down the street to driving a semi-truck down the street.
She's won 7 races, some against drivers 3 to 4 times her age.
Go-kart, she's always really good. I think it was this year. This season we really realized that she was gifted at that age to be able to put in a race car and go to learn and actually start winning races and setting track records and stuff. Stay what you practice and you should be able to do it.
Mike isn't only a proud father, he's also Nicole's crew chief, mechanic, and along with Mom, her mentor. He too had success as a driver, winning a championship in 2006, but then gave it up to get Nicole behind the wheel.
It meant a lot. I would have never thought he would have gave it up for me, but he did.
It seemed difficult when I would think about it, because I'd raced my whole life, finally had good sponsors and stuff, everything was going good, but when I looked at the big picture, it was more important for me to spend time with my kid.
It's Nicole's ability to keep other cars at a distance that will allow her to move up another level next year to the much faster I-car, just one step closer to reaching her dream.
My dad always reminds me when I was little, I used to write NASCAR, here I come on everything, and it's been my dream since I started racing.
The driving force is a family who lives for the track. Even on this slow Wednesday night, they're thrilled to be along for the ride.
I've raced my whole life loving this sport, and now that she's won everything, it's like pretty special. She's a good kid.
And again, Clyde, just 13 years old, so she's still almost 3 years away from having her driver's license, and here she is tearing it up out there on the track.
Good for her.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Derek.